Hello everyone, I am Sagar. I hope you are doing well. In this video, we'll create a dialog box, and that dialog box will pop up a lookup for us, and then we'll simply display those information in our UI. So for this, we are going to use the run base batch operation. So I can say run base. So the first thing that I need to do is okay, so let me close this. I will create a runnable class first. Let me open this. And here I'm going to extend this. You can see. Okay, let me save this first. Alright, just give me a second here. Let me reopen my Visual Studio. I'll sit on save. I will launch a new instance and that this error should go then. So I've simply restarted my Visual Studio and this seems to be working now. So I'm going to extend my run base batch. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll take the name EDT. So what I will do, I will simply take the name EDT, and inside this name EDT, I'm going to simply create a lookup of our customer IDs. So I will show you what we are trying to do here. So here the first thing is that this is my runnable class, so I'm going to define it here, and then I can say obj dot, I'm going to call this dialog function, and now this is going to point me to my dialog function. Here I can simply say public object dialog, and I'm going to open this, and here first thing what I will do, I will simply define my dialog here. I'll say dialog. I'm going to wait for a minute here. Let me again try. I will say dialog. Okay, here we go, and here I can say dialog equals to new dialog, and inside my dialog I can give a caption here. I will say this is our demo dialog, and I'm going to close my dialog, so this will give me a good caption, and let me close it again. Alright, so the dialog is ready. Now we need to add few fields to our dialog. So I can see here dialog field, and here inside my dialog field I'm going to add this. I will set dialog dot add field, this one, and here I need to specify which type of field I need. So I can say simply extended type str, and here instead of cust account, because if I will choose cust account, the lookup will automatically come. So I want to show you how you can use any other EDT. So I'm going to use some other EDT name one. This name EDT is it doesn't have any reference to our current cust table. Now once this is done, then I need to define a form build, a string control, and here I can say this as form string control. And here what I will do, from my dialog field I can easily get the control. So I will say not this dialog, this dialog field. So I will say again dialog field dot control. Let me again control, and let me save it. Okay, so now we have the control available inside this form string control. Now from this my form string control, I can use a method named as registerOverrideMethod. And here if you see, we need to pass certain information. The first thing is that which method you want to override. So I don't have any specific method, but I want to override a string control, right? So here I can specify method string. So I need to override my form string control, and even my form string control, which method I'm interested in lookup method, because I need to build a lookup as well. Then here I need to specify to which method I should override. So here I will say method str, and now here I need to okay, I will need to stop my code here, because first of all I need to create a method first. So here I will say, and let me do this, I'm going to put a semicolon so that I don't get any error, so that I can easily write the next code. Yes. So here what I will do, I will say public void and I will say here custom lookup. This would be my function name. Inside my function I need to get a form string control, so I can say form string control, and here now I will need to write code for my form string control, as I need to create a lookup. So I will need to write lookup code. I can say systable lookup, and this would be the class by which I will create my lookup. I will say systable lookup equals to systable lookup dot new parameters, and here if you see, I will specify my table ID. So inside this my EDT, this name EDT, I want to create lookup of my cus table. So for that I can say table num. I have to pass my cus table table ID. Okay, and here if you see, I need to pass the calling control. The calling control is this form string control. So I can say here form string control, mtrl control. All right, and I think this should be fine. Nothing else is needed here. Only these two are mandatory. And let me auto hide this. Okay, so we are done. This is the first line of our lookup code. And now the second thing is that I can also pass a query, but I will not be okay here. Okay, now let me complete this method now, so that we'll get so basically we'll get off this error. So here I will say method str. Here I can say my renewable class, and then here I have to specify my method name. So my method is custom, this one. I'll copy this. I'm going to copy this. I will close this, and at the end I need to pass this like the object. Let me save it. Okay, now this is good. I think we have some error. Let's see. Okay. We need to return a dialog as well. So I'm going to yeah. So I'll go here because I need to return my dialog here, and let me save this. Okay, now it's working. Okay, now here we have error. So what does it say? Okay, I realized this is my mistake because here I need to define a dialog field. Okay, so let me say this as dialog field. Let me save this because I've already created a dialog here and I mistyped this dialog field as dialog. So now this is good. Okay, here now let me complete this lookup code, and the first thing I should make it smaller. This gets auto capitalized while writing the code. So I can now say sysTable lookup dot add lookup field. Now I will need to add the field that I want to have in my lookup. So what I will do, I will simply say I need my account number field. Account number field, and let me add one more field. SysTable lookup dot add lookup field. We are not going to pass any query. Typically we pass query as well in most of the cases, but we'll not do this. And let's pass one more field here. What we'll do, let's go with cursor group only. This is a smaller one. Okay, now at the end you need to call one function. So let me say sysTable lookup dot perform lookup form lookup. That's it, and simply save this. This should do our job. And here let me do one more thing. Let me call the okay, I think this should be fine. Let's save and we'll try to build this code and we'll see how it goes. Yeah guys, so I think I forget here to call my run method because we are not doing any kind of validation here. So we'll do a build now. So I've just run my runnable class, and if you'll click here, alright, so here you see we are getting our cursor group and customer group in our lookup. And let's say if you want to do some kind of transformation or something here, some kind of logic, so you can use your you can use your run method and do that operation. So for now, like, I've simply created a lookup. So let me again reiterate what we did. We simply extended our run base batch, then we use our main method. From our main method we did a call to our this dialog. Here first of all we give a name to our dialog. For example, when you will run this dialog, and typically you will be adding your these classes inside an action menu item. This is your demo dialog. This is the caption that we provided in our code in this line number 11. Then we created a dialog field. Then inside our dialog we need to bind a dialog field, so we did this using this code. Then here what we did, we provided the control of this dynamic dialog field, and for that we define a form build string control. And now when we have this form build string control, then we use this registerOverride method. We said that we want to override the form string control lookup method with our this runnable class custom lookup method. So then here inside our custom lookup method we wrote the code for our lookup, that is sysTable lookup. Then we use this new parameter function here. Here we need to pass our table ID. So we did that. And here we need to pass this reference of our form string control. Then I said I'm interested in these two fields, that is my account number and customer group from my cust table. Then I call this perform lookup function, so that lookup will get created, and then this would actually run my main logic, and here I am simply returning it. Thanks for watching this video.